Where the fuck have you been?
On a walk.
Yeah? Who were you with?
Pip.
Who the fuck were you with, huh?
Afterward, the man was in tears, constantly apologizing, even slapping himself, begging for forgiveness. Despite being the one who had been hurt, Alice still comforted her emotionally unstable boyfriend. She forgave him too easily, only to be treated more harshly in return.
I need you not to set me off like that. Can you do that for us?
Of course.
Once again, at work, Alice almost had an accident. She was sent to the hillside to burn weeds, but she forgot that she had a fear of fire. As she stared at the burning flames, her father and her out-of-control boyfriend flashed through her mind, both of them being violent people. That suffocating feeling returned. Her co-workers noticed something was wrong and urged her to go down the hill, but Alice insisted on finishing the job. Later, a co-worker gave her an encouraging hug, which her boyfriend saw. The murderous look in his eyes scared Alice. When Alice returned home, she tried to explain, but was met with humiliation from her boyfriend.
With those big eyes and the butterflies, people can't get enough of you, can they? And you play them like a fucking... What? Tell me all about it. How you wrap your arms around Eden?
Oh, it's not like that.
How you cozied up to him?
Before she could even say anything, his hand was already around her neck. Alice fought back, but the situation escalated.
So fucking dangerous. I mean, you kill your own parents.
You really think you can compete with me? But you'll fail soon enough, and when you do, I got a hamper full of dirty laundry with your name on it.
This woman lost her marriage due to hair loss. Eddie helped her grow her hair back with a hair growth cream. Sarah wanted to sell Eddie's product, but Eddie thought Sarah was too unattractive to sell his hair growth cream. So Sarah made her own hair growth cream and successfully created a better one. Her business was thriving. Sarah's family moved to Indiana to expand, and when they opened their shop, despite being well prepared, no one showed up. Sarah had to pass the time by reading books. Soon, the family was running out of money for food. Sarah worked hard every day handing out flyers, but because they were new in town, no one trusted her. One day, when Sarah stood in the square and said her product could improve lives, people started to gather around. Sarah began sharing how she was treated unfairly because of her hair and appearance. Walker's speech resonated with the crowd, and her product started to sell well. The shop business gradually improved. However, Eddie opened a shop in Indiana too, stealing many customers. To keep customers, Walker offered a buy one get one free deal. But during production, her son-in-law's smoking caused a fire in the warehouse. Watching her burning house, she felt hopeless. But when she turned around, she saw Eddie standing there. Every month, she would save some money for the girls working at the brothel because she knew they couldn't work there forever. Gangubai called her family, but leaving home back then had deeply saddened her parents, and she herself regretted it a lot. Meanwhile, a real estate developer wanted to buy Gangubai's brothel at a high price. A man helped Gangubai temporarily drive the developer away, but the nearby school took the brothel to court. Residents in the community also started protesting outside the brothel, and the school refused to accept the children of the brothel workers. To fight for the rights of the people at the brothel, Gangubai invited a reporter and had their story published. The report quickly gained public attention, and the reporter helped Gangubai secure an opportunity to give a speech. On the day of the speech, many people came to the venue. Gangubai spoke from her heart.
हम ना मजहब पूछते हैं ना जात, काले से ज्यादा नहीं, गोरे से कम नहीं, अमीर हो या गरीब, सबका रेट एक। जब हम किसी से ये भेदभाव नहीं करते, तो हमसे ये भेदभाव क्यों? हम ही आपके समाज से बाहर क्यों?
After her speech, everyone applauded her. The speech caught the attention of an official who said they could arrange a meeting between Gangubai and the Prime Minister. Gangubai showcased her speaking skills and ultimately succeeded in moving the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister promised to establish a committee to discuss the rights of brothel workers. When she returned, Gangubai received a grand welcome, and her portrait was hung up on the street. But for Gangubai, the greatest happiness was that through her hard work, she gave meaning and hope to a life that had once been bitter.
Fucking Christ!
This is a harsh yet cowardly father who remains indifferent while his daughter is mistreated by her husband. Ellie looks to her father, hoping he would help her, but in the end, she is disappointed. Ellie shares her good news with her friend, and her friend is happy for her. But when her husband Sean hears that Ellie wants to send their daughter to another school, he gets furious and questions why she didn't tell him. In the following days, Ellie faces emotional abuse from her husband. For her daughter, she chooses to endure, but her efforts don't earn her husband's understanding. Instead, his behavior worsens. He continues to see his father and even brings another woman home. Because of drinking on the job, her husband is fired. A person who never reflects on their own mistakes will always blame others. The cycle of domestic violence repeats. Ellie's first thought is to protect her daughter, fearing the shock to her. She calls out her daughter's name and desperately searches for her. Stopping in front of the closet, the scene feels eerily familiar. She remembers her own childhood and once again picks up her daughter to leave the house. She thought returning would lead to change, but the reality disappoints her. Using someone else's phone, she calls her former employer Gina, who might be her only hope. Gina invites her to stay at her house, but Ellie doesn't want to cause trouble, so she chooses to return to the domestic violence shelter. Gina is a lawyer, and she knows how to use the law to protect herself. After learning about Ellie's situation, she decides to use her connections to help. She doesn't pity Ellie. Her own experience was similar, but she knows how to fight for herself.
I'm Chase's fiance.
All right, well, I'll see you around, Kai.
She was completely overwhelmed by everything that was happening. Watching her boyfriend leave so easily, her mind went blank. Kaya gasped, her whole body trembling, and before she could calm herself down, she heard a sound from outside. To her horror, she saw her boyfriend chasing her in a boat. Instinctively, she looked for a place to hide, not wanting to hear another word from that liar.
Hey, I just want to talk. I know you're here, damn it! Kaya!
After venting all her pent-up anger, she accepted the reality. And if she was meant to live alone, so be it. She would face it bravely. That day, she brought her new book to the shopkeeper, and just as she was about to leave, she saw the last person she ever wanted to see walk in. Kaya hid behind the cabinet and cautiously moved toward the door. When she was almost out, she finally let out a sigh of relief.
Kaya Clark, you wrote a damn book. Come here. Wait, I want to talk to you. Don't act like that. Come on.
Leave me alone.
She slammed the door shut and left, making him feel embarrassed in front of his friends. She tried her best to avoid seeing him, but Chase always found her. Kaya stared at him in disbelief, just wanting to pack her things and leave. He blocked her path.
I have to do things I don't want to do. You know that. No, I have to get married to someone like Pearl, but no, I had to. But you're the one I really want.
I want nothing to do with any of that.
Wilder than ever.
She tried to escape, but it was too late. Chase pushed Kaya to the ground, and Kaya tried to resist, but a slap left her dizzy, powerless, lying on the floor. At that moment, Kaya grabbed a small rock from nearby.
Leave me alone, you bastard!
Get bloody breakfast on, you lazy witch! What's taking so long? You stupid, ugly whore!
This was once Grace's life. After Grace's mother passed away, her drunk father became ruthless, setting his sights on his adult daughter, Grace. Just because she overslept for 2 minutes, her father dragged her up to work. Even when Grace was beaten unconscious, her father wouldn't let up, but luckily she woke up in time. One day, as Grace watched her father sleep again, she had a terrifying thought. She lifted a steel bucket filled with dirt and ash and walked toward his bed. But in the moment of impact, she hesitated. It wasn't that she lacked the courage, but she feared the heavy consequences. The next day, her father once again threatened Grace with the well-being of her younger siblings, forcing her to go out and earn money. For the sake of her poor brother and sister, Grace had no choice but to work. She went to a wealthy household to work as a maid, where she befriended a close friend named Mary. Mary, like an older sister, taught Grace many things. But one night, when Grace got her first period, she screamed in panic, thinking she was dying. Mary comforted her and patiently explained, helping Grace understand its true meaning. At the same time, Mary gave her a piece of advice. From now on, never trust men too easily.
Why is that?
Because men are liars by nature, Grace.